So, what did you all think about that final battle with Lord Howe and the Great Spirit? Were it meet your expectations? Were you expecting more? Were you disappointed? I'm curious. I really am. Because it feels like a lot of people don't understand the final battle with Lord Howe. It was never about this. It was about power friendship, but not the way people thought it would be. You see, even though Yo was the main character, the story was truly about how. Kind of like with Thanos and the Avengers. You know, it was more about the antagonist story and their struggle and their conviction, their resolve in order to see their end game goal. For Thanos, it was to save the universe by cutting it in half. For Lord Howe, is to become Shaman King in order to resolve this world. He reached his One Piece. He became the King of Games. He became the Hokage. He reached that goal that mostly the quote unquote main character usually reaches. In these kind of shonen anime slash manga, usually it's the main character reaching that goal and taking a long time to get there, showing their strengths, the friendships, and the hardships they go through. But instead, it was Lord Howe, as if he was may not have been the main character, but it was his story. This was definitely Lord Howe's story, and because of that, you see what he had to go through his journey. Something that took him longer than what Anna did. Anna had Yo, because of that she stopped reading minds. With him, he isolated everyone because of what they did to his mother. They didn't just kill her, he's doing all this, they kill his mom. Seems a bit over exaggerated. But no, he thought her soul was obliterated, completely gone, destroyed. But it was being kept safe by a familiar friend he met so many years ago that never showed himself in front of people because of what happened to his heart. Because he was able to read everyone's minds, there were certain things he was not able to see. So he wasn't really all seeing as he thought, because there was something he couldn't see. And within this commune that he's inside, where the imagination is limitless, he's seeing the five elemental spirits going against the Great Spirit, which is humongous. The five elemental spirits were humongous, were big on themselves. They were titans, just by looking at the Spirit of Fire. And it seemed like one of the biggest ones was the Spirit of Earth. So this one, however, it controls beyond the elements. It controls far reaches of space itself. He starts off with the sun, throwing meteors at them. Then he does supernova, and they endure that. But then he even explains the evolution of the star and how it becomes a black hole. Even doing to that point, where they couldn't stop it then, even though they were planning to do something. But then that train came along. There's always that train in the afterlife that people talk about. Since he killed everyone, people got onto that train and they all showed up, showing that weakening him, his will, his resolve. When he became the Shaman King, his will was no longer his own, as of his animosity, his hatred, his resolve was slowly crumbling away because he is different. After watching Reign of Kings, they say when those who come the highest rank and go into the treasure trove, they never come back the same. If they achieve the greatest power, becoming the top ranking king. Because of that, even though they have this goal, they have this resolve of wanting to do something, danger, revolt, and they come back out, they're no longer the same. Because having that great amount of power changes people. One of the best quotes I like is, "You truly were to judge a man's character, just give him power. When you give that man power, you'll see how he becomes. You may think you know what you're going to do when you get that power, but when you do get it, you might end up doing something completely different. Whether you're overcautious of it, or you're just drunk and abusing it, or you're splitting it up, or bribing people, or even threatening people with it. Different varieties of it that happens. And it shows how Lord Howe himself slowly starts breaking down. For the first time ever, he can never read no one's mind. And because of that, he became horrible. He became just like everybody else. Everyone else showing up with their families, showing their love, their couples, their loved ones, their friends, showing how, you know, they were there to teach him that it's over. You know, you got what you wanted. There's no need to hold on to this hatred no more. Especially since they showed the mother towards the end, you know. That was the end game goal. Really, a little tired. At the end of the day, they couldn't beat this dude one on one. Even though they did challenge him all at once. He's the Shaman King. Even before then, they still couldn't beat him. He was too powerful to defeat. There's no way no one could stop him. He reached his goal. No one could stop him. So because of that, they had to convince him, persuade him, you know, show him that there's another way, you know. And they wanted to show him that way. However, he was right about one thing. The world will not change that easily, even with the power of Shaman King. And that was proven after many years later. That's right, we get a giant time skip where we see, you know, the 5 main characters, along with Ryu, and even Yo and Anna's son, and even Ren has a son as well. Yes, he marries Lady Jane. He marries the Iron Maiden chick, the leader of the X-Laws. A lot of people were shocked about that. But then again, you gotta read them spin-offs. Like I said, there's tons of spin-offs to read with Shaman King. And you'll be there for days reading them. Because I remember he was writing on these spin-offs since I was in freaking, high school? Yeah, high school. Since I was in high school, he's been running on these spin-offs. And speaking of that, there's a sequel spin-off that has been announced, too, by the way. It's going to be about Yo and Anna's son, Hana, which is going to be a completely different kind of personality than Yo himself. Anyway, you can picture Broto, but not as annoying as Broto. Hana himself doesn't cause trouble. More like trouble just finds him, but he doesn't really want nothing to do with it. But if he does get himself in trouble, he doesn't hold his punches back. Let's just put it like that. So I liked how they showed the epilogue, showing everyone and stuff. They didn't show the full Hana epilogue that you get within the chapters, where they made you think Tomoe was his mother, but was not. It's different. Yeah, so the sequel spinoff has been announced, Shaman King Flowers, which I was kind of shocked because believe it or not, Shaman King Flowers has a hard time staying publicized. I remember after high school I was reading it, and then it stopped for a good while because the publication of it was shut down. Then it jumped on to another publication. And that it went on a long hiatus, even to now. I think it has like 30-some chapters when it comes to Shaman. It went from Shaman King Flowers to Shaman King the Superstar. So I don't know if it's even continuing or not. I can't find any raws for it anywhere. I just know it's up to chapter, 30-something. So that's why I was shocked that it's going to get an anime right now. But is it going to be done by Netflix or be done normally? We'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping it'll be done normally, you know. I feel like Netflix really hold this anime back a lot. And that's why I feel like when it comes to a lot of anime, Netflix does. You know, it doesn't get a chance to truly shine like it needs to do. So we'll have to wait and see. Either way, it's been a long ride. But it's finally over, people. I did all 52 episodes. Wow. It's been weird, crazy. You know, it started off usually playing on Fridays, then sometimes it'd be on Saturdays, and then even Sundays. And then recently, in these last 2 weeks, it's been coming out on Thursday. So I'm like, what is going on? Maybe it's a Japanese publication that's going on, the channel's on airing. Who knows? I don't know. But either way, it's done. Like I say, I enjoyed it. I'm going to try to watch English dub. Even believe it or not, I still prefer the other dub to the other series better. Even though it's completely inaccurate, it just feels so right for some reason. Especially you have the Chinese people sounding fucking British. I can't take it. Oh god. Why do you have the Chinese people sounding British and you have Ryu sounding Italian, but for some reason it feels so right. It's wrong. And how Yo loved cheeseburgers, but you never see him eat a cheeseburger on the TV show. Why do you do this to me, poor kids? Okay, I think that's enough of that, man. Yeah, I enjoy this. So I'm looking forward to the sequel spinoff. With that, I will end it here. It's been a fun ride, people. So if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Macron on Madme, signing out.